Hey, good morning, my friends. We are going to do a little bit of a morning walkabout, kind of a on the road with Jim thing here this morning, brought to you by Louis Keene at Uranus Fudge Company and General Store. Trying out a little something here. I keep trying to find new ways to share the adventure. Let me see if I can get this set up today. And how's everybody doing today? As soon as I can, just having a little issue getting my bearings here. Okay, we are off. This is the Cerbat foothills area. Give you a little bearing here where we're at. I-40 down that direction, my old friend the Jeep there. Okay, here we go. This is my morning walkabout area. Occasionally, I follow this old road up to the summit. It's where I did the Coffee with Jim program the other morning. Let's see how this thing goes. A nice little, about a 2-mile track out here today. It's a very beautiful and historic area. This road we're walking on, I can show you a little bit more down here, depending on connectivity. This would probably be part of the old Stockton Hill Wagon Road. Connected the railhead in Kingman with the mining towns out at Stockton Hill. And COD mines. It was one of the richest mines in this area in the late 19th century. It's a beautiful area. Believe it or not, this is just 2 miles from downtown Kingman, 2.5 miles from Route 66. It's a great place to do a morning walkabout. It's not real intense, but it will get the blood flowing. And scare up some deer every once in a while, some coyote. Try to give you a little bit of a morning walkabout here. This is officially, they call this the White Cliffs Wagon Trail area. Try to get out here as early as we can in the mornings, around 4:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere in that direction. We are experiencing record heat this summer. Here in the Kingman area, generally 100 to 105 is, it's bearable temperatures, low humidity, except for the monsoon season, which we haven't had. I don't think we've had measurable rain since back end of April, 1st of May. Definitely not good. But generally 100 to 105 is what you can experience here in Kingman. If you want a little taste of purgatory, you only got to drive down towards the river, about 30 miles to Bullhead City, 60 miles down towards Needles and Lake Havasu. It's real common for the temperatures to pass up 100 and hello, jackrabbit. Past 120 degrees is very, very common in the summer. Well, this year we've been having weeks where the temperature here in Kingman is pushing 110 and well past 124 down on the river. They're working on tying this trail system. I'll show you when we get down the hill here. They're working on tying this trail system into the Cerbat foothills recreation trail system. This is almost also my shortcut when I come from downtown Kingman sometimes. Since I have the old Jeep, I just take this road. It cuts off a mile or two, and if I've had a long day and I just want to get home, and I'm glad you could come along this morning. One of my favorite areas is us. One of the things that makes Kingman so nice is we have things like this, and you can see truck stops down the TA truck stop, Motel 6, I-40 cutting through the hills. And you do want to, when you're out here in the warmer weather, do keep your eyes open for snakes and cactus balls. They get into your shoes. Something simple, a little simple thing to do is just carry a basic pocket comb. And if you catch a cholla ball on the side of your shoe, that comb, real easy to flick them out that way. Better than before the spines break off in your shoes. And of course, one of the problems with going downhill, you got to come back uphill. But that's what gets the blood going in the mornings. You can hear traffic from I-40 in the distance. Hopefully we'll have everything hold together. We'll get an Arizona sunrise here for you, and show you the old wagon road. We've got a place down here with wagon ruts cut right through the rock. Like I say, it's a bit dry right now. I guess that's kind of a gross understatement. Months without rain and temperatures like this. These are the choy I was mentioning. They have little balls that break off seed pods. Obviously, to drive this road, you're going to want to have a something with a little bit of ground clearance or a rental car. Everybody knows that a rental car makes the best off-road vehicles in the world. You ever notice that? Rental cars, the floors they're kind of, I think they're special built because the floors are shaped like ashtrays and they have the best off-road capabilities. And in the 60s, and you know, it was kind of let go, and now that the city's picked it up again, and it's one of the things that a few people know about. They're taking advantage of the beautiful early morning. And here's this has all been recently installed, just this summer. There was an old metal and wood bridge here, but that's been taken down now, and this new bridge installed. Great picnic area, possibly not this time of year. If you look up there towards the summit, you can see some post and cable. And there used to be there's a hiking trail that'll take you right up there to the top. And show you a little treasure right up here. Another 100. It's out here, mile back up the canyon. There's a lot of water there for them. In April, I still have these bouts. Can't get my breath, and just kind of odd, and getting into the wagon ruts. Hey, I'm glad you could join me this morning. We're sponsoring episodes of Uranus Wagon Road. Very, very nice area. See if you can. Now you can see a little bit of that observation point up at the top. It's a little bit of a hike up there, but well worth it. Views are quite extraordinary. It's a pretty rough old country. A little scary, intimidating for the first time visitor to the desert. But, you know, when I first moved out in this country, back in the summer of '66, I thought this was the place they'd warned me about in Sunday school. But I have really come to love the desert, and to be honest, I can't imagine living much else. Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, southern Utah. I just love this country. Lots, the rocks, the landscapes, all pretty astounding. Hey, I'm starting to work with a couple tour companies here in the area. Desert Wonder Tours, Mojave Heritage Experience, and through them you can book walking tours. Mostly the historic district, downtown Kingman. I've got about 300 photos from the Mojave Museum of History and Arts, and I can show the evolution of the area, illustrate the rich history. But we also do walking tours and photography situations through those tour companies. You can find information about those companies and links to their website on my on the Jim Hinckley's America website. You go to the Arizona page and scroll down just a bit, and you'll find links. This makes for a great morning. It's about a mile and a half. You can extend it to 2.5 miles, pretty easy. But a good morning walkabout. One of the things that's really odd about being out here, 100 yards back up this way, is starting to work up a pretty good sweat. And right here in this pocket, it's cool enough that you can feel a chill. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it's going to be a flat, warm one today. It'll be 110 degrees, they're preaching, for this afternoon. And we'll be running 105 to 110 plus for the next week to 10 days, I guess. Believe it or not, this is still the old wagon road. Pretty well washed out through here. This would have been in use mid 1880s, 1890s period. Glad you could come along this morning. Telling people where to go, that's what I do. Even better, showing people where to go, but what I like doing is sharing the adventure. Because everybody knows the best adventures are shared adventures. Like I said, you can stretch this hike out for quite a while. You can add another couple miles. You can climb up to the summits of the peaks, or the bluffs here, and the mesas. Starting to get a touch of the sunrise. That's what makes it so damn nice out here. Got lots of neat stuff coming up on the Jim Hinckley's America network. We signed up with Pinterest, sharing some of our adventures. Of course, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us JimHinckleysAmerica.com and the Jim Hinckley's America Facebook page. That's our primary. And join us tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, live from the Inner Sanctum, the offices of Jim Hinckley's America. And half-hour fun-filled program, Coffee with Jim, live streamed and archived on our YouTube channel. Tomorrow morning we'll be talking Route 66 Centennial. We'll be talking quirky and cult and obscure road trip movies. And as always, a few surprises, updates. A lot of fun. We ended up having, it's kind of an interactive with people responding, and since we have an international audience that often numbers more than 2,000 or 3,000 people, it gets to be a lot of fun. As you can see, I'm a little bit out of breath today. Whatever I had in April, boy, sure took the wind out of my sails. I'll tell you, I have days where, boy, I tell you, just feel like a one-legged man in a behind kicking contest. But if you enjoy these programs, we're going to start doing more on the road with Jim. I'll start taking you for my hikes, my walkabouts, and we'll just get out and about and share some of the neat things that are around this area. And hopefully in the near future, because I'm sure missing the road trip, we'll take you along for the ride. The On the Road with Jim programs are sponsored by Uranus Fudge Company. Coffee with Jim is usually sponsored by Connie Eccles, Wagon Wheel Motel in Cuba, Missouri. Tremendous little gem of a time capsule. And Roadrunner Lodge, New Mexico sponsors our 5 Minutes with Jim audio podcast. Needless to say, with the COVID situation, we've had a big drop in advertising sponsors, and as a result, we're more dependent than ever on crowdfunding. And my way of saying thank you for the crowdfunding is exclusive content. I'm writing my autobiography in serial format, creating a series of programs about developing a social media presence, and I'm reprinting journals from travelers 1900, 1930, people who tried to brave this country by automobile, and some of their wild adventures. You can hear the birds this morning coming awake. Well, folks, we're almost back to the Jeep, but kind of an impromptu thing. I'm always trying out new gadgets, new ideas, because the idea is to share the adventure, and that's well, that's what I'm trying to do. The best memories are shared adventures, and the best shared adventures are those shared with friends. And friends are, when you get out on the road or the hiking trails, it's nothing but friends and friends yet made. Guys, thanks for joining me this morning. Kind of an impromptu, but I wanted to experiment a bit and try this out, and well, just always tinkering. Well, folks, here's the old trusty old Jeep, kind of a search and rescue vehicle. The old thing's getting a little tired, and every time I leave town, it's starting to wonder if somebody's going to come search for me and rescue me. No, she's pretty dependable, actually. I joke about the paint job being a special edition junkyard camouflage. I can park it in any junkyard in America and, you know, it blends right in. Well, folks, thanks for tagging along this morning. I hope you'll join me tomorrow, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, for another episode of Coffee with Jim. And next week, if all goes well, I'll take you up there with me. We'll go up early in the morning, and we'll wait for an Arizona sunrise. Folks, thanks you for joining me, and take care, and we will see you tomorrow morning.